the government is not able to meet its debt repayment. And I think it's not even the best way to go about it, because there are other avenues of increasing the taxes. There is 34% of Kenyans in the informal sector who do not pay taxes. And the bill proposes, in fact, to peg the taxes that they pay.
Yes, Mike, sorry, I have to cut you short. The Cabinet Secretary, as I said, that he raises the ceremonial briefcase that carries the budget statement. There he is. And of course, this marks the end of the ceremonies at the National Treasury. After this, he should now just get into his vehicle, his car, and join the motorcade that drives all the way to Parliament from Harambee Avenue, I believe, all the way to Parliament, so that can happen clearly. Of course, this has always shown the power of a government, but obviously it has been sort of interfered with. Like Francis Gashiru was saying, that despite those days when the budget policy or the budget statement was quite almost a secret kept by the government, today Parliament gets to understand what is being planned before even it can be read on a day like today. Please carry on, Michael.
Yeah, I think the idea should be really to expand the tax base, is not to increase the taxes, because by raising the taxes to the super earners, actually what you are doing, you are restricting them from investing. Anybody making above 500 million shillings as a corporate, those are the people that create employment. Those are the people in the manufacturing sector, in the health sector, you want them to venture. So you should leave them with that money to invest more and not to take it. So I think the idea actually should be to expand the tax base, target 34% of Kenyans who don't pay taxes in the informal sector. It doesn't mean those people don't have an income. In fact, some of them do earn more than me and you.
Yeah.
So what the income tax bill has proposed to do is to introduce a 15% tax, but which is pegged to the business permits issued by the county government. Business permits would be about 10,000 shillings, so 15% is about 1,500.
Yes.
I see a government that has lost ideas in terms of how to deal with that sector. But on the other side is an irony, because they have invested heavily in iTax, in the e-citizen.
Yes.
So there's a platform to be able to reach out to everybody, every Kenyan. Everybody should participate to the tax kitty. And I think that is where government is able to raise significant amounts of money, as opposed to targeting very few, perhaps less than 5,000 Kenyans who earn over 750,000, and probably less than 100 corporations that make over 500 million in taxable profits.
Right.
So I don't see how the minister is going to raise monies out of that.
Dr. Abraham Rugo, I'm sure you have something to say about this. Does it make any sense to keep a target of 1.7 trillion shillings, yet from your previous assessment you have not even hit 1 trillion?
Thank you. I want to take us back and ask, why do we raise taxes? Taxation is not an end in itself. Taxation is a means to deliver something. So in other words, we are raising resources to be able to provide services. And this is tied in what we call a social contract. So the government has a commitment to the people of this country, and much of it is actually provided in the Constitution of Kenya. If those services, healthcare, roads, trade services, agricultural extension services are not provided, what is the incentive of people to pay tax? Because a lot of it is that people actually, even when they are mechanism, and yet if I have to pay for tax, I have to pay NHIF, but still have to provide for myself healthcare from my own, my own savings, then there is no incentive. So I think the starting point is to address that question of, is the government honoring their commitment?
Let's take a break and listen to the Cabinet Secretary.
This side. Thank you.
Well, those are journalists trying to take a picture of the moment. Of course, each one of them pulling to their side, asking the Cabinet Secretary to turn to their side and take that picture. Dr. Abraham,